The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by the hosts, guests, and callers on Beyond the Headlines are not necessarily those of management, ownership, or production unit of the Verizon Media Group. Beyond the Headlines is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without express written permission of the Verizon Media Group. Beyond the Headlines is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2021.
Coming up tonight, the CARIFTA swim team in the middle of a political row. It's temperature check tonight. Get ready for real analysis and no-holds-barred opinions. This evening, Elizabeth, Southern Shores, Bimini, and the Berry Islands. That's right, it's a 3-for-1 tonight. This is Beyond the Headlines. Good evening, I'm Shanique Miller. It's great to have you along this evening. Well, tonight, politics triggering a war of words in the sports world, as the minister responsible is accusing a federation president for allowing political affiliation to mislead those in the community. The federation president, however, is telling Devontae Hanna that this is not the case. We have both sides of the story tonight, and then we come back and talk about it.
The Bahamas CARIFTA aquatics team may be revered as the strongest in the region, but Federation President Algernon Cargill says the team is extremely disappointed after government officials seemingly abandoned them upon their return from Martinique.
Persons who should have been at the airport to welcome home the only federation in the Bahamas, the only federation in the region to win CARIFTA for 8 consecutive times, that the priority was shifted to be at a political event.
Cargill's comments come following a proposed welcome reception at the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture for the 36-member team this morning. However, only 2 athletes were present, sitting in the audience of what became a heated war of words from Sports Minister Mario Boleg.
Any suggestion that political engagement took priority over the recognition of these young people would be inaccurate. Do not allow your president, who seems to always use his political position, to muddy the water on the facts of what's happening here with this administration and this ministry as it relates to our support to these athletes and to the Swim Federation.
Boleg also apologizing to the athletes for his absence at their return.
In my absence and in the absence of the Director of Sports, who was unwell, senior representatives of the ministry attended the airport to welcome the team. Upon arrival, they were advised that their presence would be unnecessary.
But the latest developments stemming from years of back and forth between the two, with the chief concern being the lack of maintenance at the Betty Kelly Canning Aquatic Center. Team Bahamas finishing with 795 points, snapping its 8th straight CARIFTA Aquatics title this year. But Cargill claims their performance this year was severely impacted by being forced out of the pool for 2 months, even after nearly $5 million of government upgrades to host CARIFTA back in 2024.
Months later, the facility started to fall apart. The cooling and heating system is not working. We cannot swim in water below 78 degrees and not water temperature over 82 degrees. The temperature reading then was in the low 60s. And to ask any child to swim in that temperature would have been asking for a health challenge.
As politics begin to cross over into the world of sports, Cargill, who has served as Federation President since 2003, is tonight seeking to clear his name, admitting he is a member of the F&M, but never mixed the two.
I am not a candidate in this election. I choose to volunteer my time in order to advance our country. I am not involved on any national campaign to destroy the government. I am here simply because I love what I do as a president, and I want the aquatics community to advance.
Well, of course, that was earlier today. You all saw the full story in the news just a little while ago. And so we're going to talk about that this evening. Did politics play a role? Should the minister have been at the airport to greet the team, this stellar performance team that's won, I think, for an 8th straight meet. The Bahamas swim team has come up first, and we're obviously proud of them. Congratulations to Team Bahamas, the swim team. Or is there also some political mischief on the part of Mr. Cargill? I'm going to get the opinions of my panelists this evening. Welcome to Beyond the Headlines, Peggy Candace, Gabrielle McKenzie-Eneas, and Howard Johnson. Howard, good to have you back. Good evening to all of you. Hey, let's jump right in very, very quickly. Let's talk about this. You all, how does this look? And why did this? Why now? Roughly a month out of the election, we now saying, "Oh, this is political," and this is the. How does this look, you all?
It's messy, it's sloppy, it's unnecessary. Like you said, we're 33 days out from general election. And everybody, the minister, everybody should be too busy to have this type of discussion. It is eclipsing the actual thing that is important, and that is the victory by the young people. And so it's unnecessary. And I think it's a bad move on behalf of the minister even to respond.
Yeah, I think it was definitely a bad move on behalf of Minister Bullock not to be present. I think that politics, the timing of the election had nothing to do with these CARIFTA games that are planned a year in advance. This swim team is in the Caribbean #1, 8 consecutive times. They should have been greeted with all the fanfare, all the press, all the junkanoo, all the everything. I happened to buck them on my way to Bimini, going to Martinique. They were excited, they were ready, and I told them, bring back home the win, and they did that. They deserve to be greeted with everything despite whatever was going on. Go to your political event late, because at the end of the day, this is what takes precedence. We're talking about progress. We have to make sure that we put these young people at the forward and center, front-facing, who are representing the Bahamas on an international stage.
Yeah, Shanique, election season is well upon us, and this is the silliest part of silly season. Unfortunately, the election date is set, and we're only 30+ days out, right? So what needs to be happening is we have to let the better angels of our nature prevail. This CARIFTA team that won, they won for the entire Bahamas. They didn't win for the PLP. They didn't win for the F&M. This should not be a political football by any stretch of the imagination. We should be celebrating these young people for making us proud as a country. And it is so sad that it had to descend into this political vitriol. And it's very, very, very embarrassing. And I can just imagine how terrible these kids should feel. Look, man, you got to split the baby like Solomon wanted to do, right? You have political activity going on, but you're still a member of the government. Mr. Boleg is the substantive minister of youth, sports, and culture, and he should have been there. There's going to be many in the next 34 days, political events that Mr. Boleg and everybody else who is politically involved can go to. This happens once a year. And so all the fanfare, like Gabby said, all of the officials from the government should have been there. There's no excuse.
Once every 2 years. But you were
once every 2 years, yeah. There's no excuse. Everyone should have been there.
He wasn't a part of the program to speak, so it definitely didn't give him reason to show up late at the event, at least, so that you could be there for those students and they can feel as appreciated as they should. For those athletes,
it's obviously, you know, we are proud of them. Of course, they should have been given because we're track and field, perhaps, you know. And so the thing is, of course, acknowledge them and celebrate them as they are deserving. They are absolutely deserving of it. Again, though, do not muddy it with making it political. But take the licks where necessary. Yes. Take the licks and the rebukes where necessary, because they should have been greeted certainly better than they were. And you know, so go and have something big for them, highlight them, and put them all over the nation, so that we can recognize the victory that was had in Martinique. Meanwhile, Peggy, Gabrielle, Howard, let's move on now to exactly what we're doing tonight. Temperature check. Across the Bahamas tonight, the political climate is heating up. We see the climate there, I tell you that. My panel and I have gotten through more than a dozen constituencies so far. And so tonight, we're going to try and get through 3 of them. First, Elizabeth. The candidates are PLP, JoBeth Colby Davis, of course she is the incumbent, Free National Movement, Heather Hunt, and the Coalition of Independents, Donna Dorsett Major. Peggy, Gabrielle, and Howard First, the Coalition of Independents candidate, Donna Dorsett Major. What do we know about Donna Dorsett Major? How is she resonating in Elizabeth? What kind of impact is she having on voters? And what's her presence like?
Well, Shanique, sadly, again, this is the first time, once we've made aware the constituency, that you find out who the candidate is. And honestly, the research, I don't have the time for it right now, simply because the COI as a party is not resonating. And I often don't agree with much what Leslie Miller said, but I think the time could be spent otherwise.
Howard?
Yes. Well, I wasn't able to find out much of anything except that Mrs. Major is the COI's shadow minister of legal affairs and a shadow attorney general. Quite literally, that was the only thing I was able to find out about her.
Gabrielle?
I didn't get much from residents on Miss Major. And I know our time is of the essence, so host, whenever you're ready to keep moving, we can go ahead.
So you did as you normally do.
I did as I normally do.
You went in Elizabeth.
I went into Elizabeth.
Let's move on then. Let's go, panel, to the Free National Movement's candidate, Heather Hunt. What do we know about Heather? Heather is no stranger to frontline politics. I think she once tried in Marathon. There was a little back and forth of where she would go this political season, but she is now the Free National Movement's candidate for Elizabeth. Is she resonating? What's her footprint looking like in Elizabeth? And how are voters responding to her?
It's a song, I think, in many mountains to climb. She is surrounded by mountains in this constituency. Heather Hunt is part of the F&M musical chairs, where she was moved about until she landed in Elizabeth. I call her sacrificial lamb, old little lamb chop, because she's placed in a PLP stronghold which we'll talk about later. But is doing the regular walkabouts, little events here and there. I saw she went to a church service, but like I started and ended, she has a great mountain to overcome.
Heather Hunt was ratified amongst the last set of candidates for Elizabeth. So that's something that we have to note, particularly that she is getting out of the gate a little bit later than her counterparts. Heather Hunt, however, is a fighter. As Shanique would have mentioned, she's been no stranger to politics. So I believe that her mantra is the hunt is on.
She being hunted.
So I believe that Heather Hunt has a lot of work to do, ground to cover, to catch up to the incumbent, as again getting out of the gate late in a seat that has enjoyed strong representation from the Progressive Liberal Party.
Yeah, Heather has good name recognition in politics. She's a former senator. She's been deputy chairman of the Free National Movement. And I've known this young lady since we both started as freshmen at the then College of the Bahamas in the late 90s. And so, you know, Heather is a very likable and approachable person. She knows what she's doing. She's run a campaign before in Marathon, and she's now in Elizabeth. But I'm gonna have to agree with Gabby. Heather's gotten out of the gates very, very late against a very strong incumbent, and she's been campaigning. She is out there, she is working. Heather accepted this mantle to be the standard bearer for the Free National Movement in this constituency, and I believe that she thinks and believes that she can win. So she is gonna work. She is out there knocking on doors. But one thing I could tell you as a two-time candidate, Shanique, there's something about starting late. When you're out there late with a formidable foe, an incumbent who is working and very visible and delivering, is that you have a lot of catching up to do. And if, let's say, JoBeth has covered 6 or 7 polling divisions and Heather's just gotten out of the gates and she's only covered 2. Man, we're in that part of silly season where if people don't see you, they don't care what you have to say. They don't care how good what you have to present is being presented. They don't care what your party has in its manifesto. Some of these people are going to vote on whether or not I see you or not. If you ain't come to my house, if I haven't spoken to you, this is the reality. It's a sad one, but it is the reality. So coverage. So you try,
but in this very small window, you're saying the people trying to say, if I don't see you, then I'm voting for you?
It's still happening.
Coverage or lack thereof is a very real thing 34 days out from an election.
Let's move very quickly to the incumbent. The incumbent is no secret to any of us. The incumbent is JoBeth Colby Davis. In Elizabeth, how is she resonating though? What kind of impression is she making trying to be re-elected in Elizabeth? And what's sort of the energy like between her and the voters?
JoBeth has built a reputation, a brand for being a worker, for being present. JoBeth has never left the ground. She have, she have an amazing team with her, and they have events every season and out of season. She's involved with Elizabeth Kids, Elizabeth Softball, Elizabeth Seniors, Elizabeth Juniors, the schools. JoBeth is ever present in Elizabeth, and she is a household name there, and so she's way ahead, more than eight polling divisions each year.
Small but mighty.
Yes.
JoBeth Colby Davis is in Elizabeth. She has come out of the gate from her appointment to the Senate sometime in 2017 as a force to be reckoned with. I will get dizzy trying to tell you all the programs she has going on in Lizzie, but she got on the ground, got in there, and kept going. Yes. I witnessed it firsthand on the ground, the way she connected with residents, the way she connected with first-time voters.
Yes.
She is targeting them. I got to see it up front in person while I was doing my rounds. Yeah. And JoBeth Colby Davis is going to be the person to beat in that seat.
Howard, jump in really quickly.
That I have for all of the incumbents for the PLP to win their seats is visibility and deliverables. And JoBeth appears to have done a stellar job from 2021 to now in being visible and present in her constituency, and also delivering on many of the promises that she's made to residents.
I thank you all very much once again. Very quickly, let's just button this up nicely. Where is Elizabeth leaning right now? PLP, F&M, or COI?
PLP.
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 There you have it. Elizabeth is leaning PLP at this moment. Don't go anywhere though, because when we come back, Southern Shores, did you all know it's 4 candidates there? 4 candidates, that's right, 4 candidates. And then Bimini and Berry Islands. This is Beyond the Headlines, temperature check, right after the break.
Hey, it's your boy Charlie Bahama here at Superwash, Superwash's newest spokesmodel, and I'm here to tell you about Superwash's large capacity washers and dryers for all your big loads.
I know I see that Charlie Banana coming here just now.
Luckily it's also big enough for me to hide it.
I thought he was right over here where these large capacity washer and dryers is. They're big enough now to handle your big loads, you know. Yeah, like your comfort on your blanket. But just look at us. Somebody forget to turn on the dryer. Oh, stop! You hear something? Yeah, that's the sound of clean. Superwash washes your process you add and change them 24/7.
My name is Charles Wesley Rowe. My organic farm is Nice Layers Organic Farm. I have 230 birds up here. I give them fresh water, pumpkin, lettuce, cabbages, all the vegetables. Anything what I eat, they eat. Right now, we sell the eggs for $7 a dozen from Monday to Friday. On Saturdays, you can get 4 dozen eggs for $21. I'll be located on Jamaica Road, the western side, Silverstone Primary School.
Hey, it's time to lock in your vote.
Your vote is your power.
With the new boundaries in place, you may need to transfer or confirm your voter registration.
And if you have never registered or didn't plan to vote,
don't get left out on one of the most important decisions of your future.
Make sure when election day comes, you're ready to say,
your say, your vote, your choice.
The race to 2026 is heating up, and the nation's voice is louder than ever. Here on Beyond the Headlines, we're checking the mood, the momentum, and the message of the people. I'm Shanique Miller. Each week, we're taking the temperature of the electorate to see what's really driving the nation. Who's connecting? Who's cooling off? What issues are heating up ahead of 2026? This is Temperature Check 2026, where journalism meets the nation's heartbeat.
Play for fun, not for funds.
In the Bahamas, we play hard, but we live smart.
We love a little competition.
A little excitement, a little thrill.
And at Island Luck, gaming is all about entertainment.
Shared moments, celebrating the wins, and enjoying the experience.
The key is simple. Play for fun, not for funds. When you set a budget before you start,
and know your limits, you stay in control.
And when you're in control, the game stays what it's meant to be.
Fun. So play for fun, not for funds.
Must be 18 and over. Island Luck reminds you that it's only a game, so please game responsibly.
This segment is brought to you by EV Motors Fleet Sales Division. For 2026 commercial vehicles, call 821-2403 today.
Welcome back to Beyond the Headlines. It's good to have you all tuned in. We're going to jump right back in. Of course, this is Temperature Check tonight. And so we are now on to the Southern Shores constituency. There are 4 candidates in this constituency. The PLP's Obi Roberts, the Free National Movement's Denali Penn, the Coalition of Independents Kirk Farrington, and an independent, I think just announced like a day or two ago, Leroy Major. And so, panel, welcome back. It's good to see you all. They're the 4 candidates right there on the screen. They're from Obi Roberts to the left to Leroy Major to the right. And so there they are. So let's start first then with Mr. Independent himself. He is the incumbent, in fact, you all. He is the Progressive Liberal Party's MP for Southern Shores. There he is right there. Leroy Major announced when the House dissolved that he will be running as an independent. What can we say about Leroy Major in Southern Shores? How has he performed this term? How are our constituents looking at him now that he is running as an independent? And what is, just how he looking? What kind of traction is he having?
Leroy Major is a full member of Parliament for Southern Shores. He's the reason why the PLP have to prove itself. The PLP candidate, current candidate, Leroy, if he was successful, I believe the PLP would have stick with him. He does not have a favorable reputation among his constituents. Leroy Major is playing a significant role in this election simply because he's the reason why the F&M candidate feels strong, because he's been such a poor representation.
In which way? How did he fail and drop the ball in your estimation?
Well, let's give, for instance, the things that the people are complaining about, road repairs. He did not much to fight for the constituency. There's a park that is now being renovated, remodeled, because he did not do his job. Even a park that is near his resident, because he is a constituent of Southern Shores, never was touched. And so many of the stuff that the PLP is now catching up on is because he did not pursue them as their representative in Southern Shores.
Boy, I reached out to him not recently, weeks and weeks ago, perhaps a month, to come on the show and tell your story. So what they say is what you have to accept. I'll tell you that. Gabrielle?
Leroy Major is a pastor, no?
Yes.
Well,
yes.
I hope he's written his eulogy, because down the road in the cemetery, hi, Evergreen Mortuary, we have another one for you. We have another one for you. As what Peggy said, DOA. Evergreen, come get this one, because they have to be delusional. The man said the people of Southern Shores behind him.
The people are? You see the people? You see them?
Look back at it.
Did you go the
Look at it. Look back at it. DOA.
Gabrielle, did you?
Hi,
Gabrielle,
Evergreen Mortuary.
Gabrielle,
come get this one. Roll them out. out. He ain't even making it to the hospital. He ain't gonna preach his when you want to
Please bring
I
me
hope you
some
have
more.
your concession speech ready.
Refill, please.
Gabrielle, do not give your own opinion. Did you walk Southern Shores?
I went into Southern Shores.
And this is what the people are saying?
Ain't nobody tuning into the MP. That's why, honestly, it was he knew what was coming. That's why there were talks of the Progressive Liberal Party replacing him, and he knew what was coming. It's amazing that he's acting surprised, shocked, I don't know, despondent. Maybe he's still, I don't know, CPR can't help that one. I calling in Evergreen. Listen, she can make sure the flowers look nice. What color you like, sir? Because the people in Southern Shore say, ain't nothing happening. Delusional much.
Oh, man. Howard?
Woo.
Howard, I'm afraid to ask you.
It's hard to go after that, but no, Shanique, when you look at the position that Mr. Major found himself in as an elected member of Parliament in 2021, he didn't have a cabinet position. He wasn't a prominent member of the party per se, and so you are a backbencher. You don't have much to barter with and offer, and you can't get much done outside of the graciousness of the other cabinet ministers who you forge relationships with. So you have to harden up your mouth. You have to kind of cut your own cloth in terms of standing alone, but you have to advocate for your constituency and harden up your mouth and make it appear that you are on their side and you're fighting for them, even if you're not getting the things that the cabinet ministers are able to get when they leverage their constituency
if you remember, he became outspoken very recently.
Lately. Right.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm saying.
And maybe he waited too late to speak out.
It's too late. And so even with this independent bid, I do not believe that he is going to make
You don't think he get how many?
No, he's not going to split the PLP votes. I do not think he's going to split the PLP votes because that ship has sailed. I think his ship has sailed.
Wow. So all he doing is just posturing and saying, okay,
he has the right to run, but I don't think he's going to get us the power.
Okay.
Right and wisdom is two different things.
So you all, let's look then. Let's move very quickly. The Coalition of Independents, Kirk Farrington.
Strolling up.
Has exited the chat.
I know that he is a preacher. He's an apostle. He's spoken out on some issues. I saw some stuff on a Facebook page from him, mostly from back in 2025, where he would have spoken at a few COI events. He has spoken out very much on that particular Facebook page about the sovereign wealth fund aspects of the COI's manifesto. And so that's what I've seen with him. But as far as cutting his teeth as the candidate in this particular constituency and carving out a niche and building a name for himself, no, I haven't seen much of anything or heard much of anything about him on the ground.
The Free National Movement's Denali Penn Mackey.
Mistress Penn Mackey has been on the ground just over a year. I think February of 2025, she came over to the Free National Movement. She's aggressive. She knows what she wants. She's not afraid to go after it. Her standard is excellence, but like every perfect thing, there are faults. A mouth is a problem. If she gives you something, she will definitely talk it. And I think the constituents needed to be aware of that one.
So Peggy, so hold on now. Why her mouth is her mouth interfering with her going and pounding the pavement?
No, a mouth is, if you are gonna serve your constituency, they should be comfortable.
Could be said about a number.
I talking about this one. I talking about this one. So your time coming. Like for example, you give someone a dog. Nobody should know that. And so that's what my opinion is based on my experience. Excellent. I enjoy the 4 months that I work with her about. If you decide to be otherwise, you will see a very terrible person.
I mean, I think everybody has their flaws and all. I think to survive in politics and business,
no, that's not true.
You
could be decent.
You could be decent, But let me tell you something, if you don't got a little bit of backbone, they will step and walk
you
all
mean you
over
gotta
you.
be gangster.
They will do what they have to do to you,
gangsters.
and you wouldn't even make it. Let me talk now about Mistress Denali Penn Mackey. Mistress Penn Mackey has been showing up in the Bahamas, in the 242. This doesn't just start in Southern Shores. She has been known as a representative for the people, fighting for the poor people, a giver, a charitable woman, a philanthropist, a hard worker. Her reputation in that area precedes herself, from funeralizing persons at no cost to feeding the hungry, clothing the naked. I'm talking about sheltering. She has been doing the work long before politics was on her radar. People revere her in that category. Let's talk about her entering Southern Shores. I hope she has red roses to send to everyone because listen to me, the residents of Southern Shores, she's had time on the ground. She's been connecting with them. She's been engaging her first-time voters. I have been getting so much good feedback from her. When I went into Southern Shores, listen, she's ahead of the class on this one.
Wow. Howard, your thoughts, Denali Penn Mackey, Free National Movement?
Yeah, and Shanique, one thing that Gabby said that's definitely true. Denali has a personal name recognition out there that she's brought to politics, right? I've spent some time down in Southern Shores when I was home in the last month. And asked people some questions about her and has she been moving around. Her headquarters looks very nice, and I've seen people streaming in and out of there. She is definitely on the ground, and people have been seeing her. She is resonating. I saw some videos with her on her Facebook page. She appears as she is engaging people to have that personal charisma that is necessary for one to be successful in electoral politics. And so she looks good there. However, there's also been there's stories out there, and not just stories, but facts, where there's, when she was in the PLP, there's been certain cabinet ministers that she was not able to get along with, people who she worked with. Even on this campaign now, I've heard that there are one or two people from the executive or the campaign, I don't know which one, because sometimes those two things go hand in hand, that she has not been able to get along with, and one or two persons that have stepped back.
In Southern
Shores, that's been working on her team, right? And so that's what Denali is going to have to overcome. But just like I said, that presented as a positive for Joe Beth with the coverage, I think because she's been working for over a year now, she has that one up on Obi, who was just ratified recently, just like Heather. So that's Denali Penn in a nutshell.
Well,
in Southern
Howard,
Shores.
you pick up right now because you mentioned Obi, so let's jump right in. The Progressive Liberal Party's candidate in the Southern Shores constituency, Obi Roberts.
Yes, and we all know about that particularly long, drawn-out battle that Obi and Clint Watson had in vying for that nomination. It got ugly. No, ugly. Let me say the Bahamian way. It got ugly a couple of times, right? There, and I mean so much so that we had to start saying that, hey, we always talk about the F&M fighting like this, but hey, look at this particular PLP constituency embroiled in this epic battle. And so I believe that took Obi away from being able to go in that constituency in earnest as the candidate. Because when you're vying to be the candidate when you're vying to win internally, to be the candidate, you can only go to PLPs, and your fight is really internally in your party. You're not concentrating on the ground. While he was fighting internally in his party, Denali was still on the ground. And
good point, Howard. Jump in, Gabrielle.
Obi has a tough road, a long road to travel and mountains to climb, because Denali Penn Mackey is leaps and bounds ahead of it. I'll jump ahead of y'all right now and tell y'all that Southern Shores is leaning F&M.
Peggy, your
I just
thoughts.
say, hold up a minute, Gabby. I know where you favor, and you know where I favor. I'm saying Obi has made ground. And like I said, in many constituencies, if the PLP turn out for the PLP, Obi got it.
Listen, now, Howard, where is Southern Shores leaning right now?
It is leaning F&M, and it only will stop if generally a personality and those things that are said about
think
the
you need to have a
personality
lot of extra
sometimes
stuff in there, Howard.
impacts
It's
them.
the truth.
But
Come
it's
on.
leaning F&M. It's leaning F&M.
So it's leaning Southern Shores is leaning
Absolutely.
F&M. Okay, and
In my estimation.
it's dependent on certain things, but it's leaning F&M.
Yes.
Guys, I hear you all sending me to a break. You know we have Berry Islands in Bimini. I'm just wondering. Eric, what's happening, please? Eric Bain. What are we doing, Eric Bain? Beyond the Headlines. We'll be back right after this.
Well has expanded their testing menu. We now offer blood work, drug screening, and so much more. Our hours of operation are Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m., located on 11 Madera Street. We are here for all of your laboratory needs, with fast and reliable lab work done by our friendly and knowledgeable staff. Let us help you take the needed steps to stay in the know about your health. Let's keep working towards a healthier you. Stay eatin' well.
Wealth should not only belong to a select few. At InvestStar, we believe the door should be open to everyone. We provide options for planning a better future. Our investment funds are designed to assist you in reaching your long-term financial goals. Let us show you how.
Welcome back to Beyond the Headlines Temperature Check. My team in the back is working with me. Eric, D'Angelo, who else is in the back there? Justin, listen, guys, thank you. So let's quickly go, guys. Let's quickly do this. The panel is here, and we are going to Bimini and the Berry Islands. Now, the candidates for the Bimini and the Berry Islands are the Progressive Liberal Party's Randy Roll. Right there on the screen, you see the three candidates. The Free National Movement's Carlton Bowleg. The Coalition of Independents, Hiram Roll. Let's start first with the COI. What are we learning about and know about Hiram Roll in Bimini and the Berry Islands? How is he resonating, and what is his message there in Bimini and Berry Islands?
Well, I just got back from a trip in Bimini and Berry Islands this week. There were a few persons that opted to say that they are potentially looking to support him. He doesn't have a headquarters down there as yet, but he does have a nice-sized billboard, much bigger than the other ones here in Nassau, might I add. But he seems to have some support down there in Bimini. Nothing from residents on any programs or anything that he's doing on the island, how he's resignating, nothing of that sort.
Peggy?
I don't know anything about him.
Yeah. So Mr. Roll, from what I understand, and I have quite a few friends down in Bimini, like to say hi to them, and I spoke to some of them. Mr. Roll is a boat captain. You know, he's well known. He's born and bred Biminite, and he is a former PLP. And it's from what I understand, he was a strong PLP, and a few people who decided that they're going to give something else a try. I understand he has no headquarters as well, and there's not been a presence on the ground. He has a few people who are supporting him, but no organized going around and campaigning and stuff like that.
Okay, the Free National Movement's Carlton Boleg. Of course, we are now talking about Bimini and the Berry Islands. Temperature check 2026. FNM's candidate, Carlton Boleg. First I'll say this. Yes, you will jump in, Howard, but if you look on the screen and you see Carlton Boleg, he is not new to politics. He once served as the Member of Parliament for North Andros and the Berry Islands. That since has been changed to Bimini and the Berry Islands. He obviously left North Andros and went this time to, he lost that election. He went now this time as the candidate in Bimini and the Berry Islands. And so now, Howard, jump in. What do you know? Yeah. What are you hearing about how Carlton Boleg is looking and resonating this time?
So from what I've heard from on the ground, Mr. Boleg, while not a born and bred Biminite, his wife is. And so that's the connection. And Mr. Boleg even had one of his children was even schooled there. It may have been more, but I know of one of his children being schooled there. They have a residence there. They're always there. The presence is there. Mr. Boleg is there campaigning and moving around, but he does not reside there. Okay? But he is no stranger to Bimini. And from what I've heard, he has been accepted as a Biminite. Okay? And he is no stranger to that community, but he is on the ground campaigning and he is working.
I'm going to drink water and mind my business on this segment. Go ahead, Peggy.
No, but Gabrielle, but why are you drinking water? You have nothing to say about Carlton Boleg?
They don't need any free publicity from me. Go ahead, Peggy.
Well, if you ain't getting it, I can. This wine, no, it's not a water. I was not able to gather much on social media about what he's doing and the campaign that he was ratified the candidate for. This is a new constituency, so he's not a stranger. And so this is one we gotta watch, but I don't have much information on what he's doing.
Okay, let's move quickly then. Since you all want to drink water, mind your own business, and have nothing to say about Carlton Boleg, the only person jumped in was Howard. Let's just then look at the Progressive Liberal Party's candidate, Randy Roll, Bimini and Berry Islands.
Senator Randy Roll is, I think he's born in Bimini. He's on the ground. This is a new constituency, so everybody in this constituency have a balanced playing field. I mean, I think if it comes to being considered a Biminite and being an actual Biminite, the advantage will be for the actual Biminite.
Man, when I was down there, Randy Roll was down there shaking hands, rolling around. I mean, every time I go to Bimini, I see Randy. Randy, literally, when you talk about somebody who is enthralled in the community, he is in there. A lot of the persons said that they are going to support him. They're going to vote for him, especially Grammy them. If you leave it up to Grammy them, all the children gotta vote for Randy. I might as well tell you all. There ain't no options about that. So Randy, you better talk to Grammy.
You better go talk to Grammy then. Howard, any information about Randy Roll and how he is now performing as a candidate in Bimini and Berry Islands?
Yeah, Randy is the hometown boy. Like Peggy said, former senator, former, I believe, consul general at some point too. Well-known, community is very proud of him and his accomplishments. And you know what? The biggest thing that I got coming out of Bimini, which is, Randy Roll. I mean, Bimini, he's family to almost everybody, right? And so I've had a few people that have said, listen, man, he's F&M, but that's cuz, so you have to at least think about it, right? And so, but he's on the ground. His people are there. They are campaigning. They are organized down there. He wants to win this constituency. He's always wanted to run for office. I don't think this was his first time seeking a nomination, and he's finally got it. And Randy is out there working.
Okay. Peggy, Gabrielle, and Howard, where is Bimini and Berry Islands leaning right now?
PLP.
Okay, there you have it. Bimini and Berry Islands leaning PLP. To recap, Elizabeth leaning PLP, Southern Shores leaning F&M, Bimini and Berry Islands leaning PLP. I thank you all so much You all were fantastic. I mean, this is the quickest they ever spoke about nothing. Like normally they just have so much to say. I'm like, condense that. Thank you all so much. When we come back, Ian Thomas is here with direct marketers and big deals that you can take advantage of this weekend. Stay close.
Wealth should not only belong to a select few. At Investar, we believe the door should be open to everyone. We provide options for planning a better future. Our investment funds are designed to assist you in reaching your long-term financial goals. Let us show you how.
So you want a space. But not just any space. You need something with a little more potential. So how about 1,000 square feet of room to play with? Superb audio and video production capability, digital LED wall, full lighting grid, and about 124 seats to accommodate a full studio audience with so many other features. Make us your home for your next concert, conference, and so much more. Honestly, the possibilities are endless. Here at ILTV Studios, we'd love to bring your next event to life. So what do you say? Do you want our space?
Welcome back to Be on the Headlines. It's good to have you all tuned in. We're going to jump right into this next segment. You all know it's Thursday evening. Guess who is here? It's no secret. Ian Thomas from Direct Marketers. Ian, good evening to you. Where can we shop this weekend and be able to kind of get hold of some nice things?
Well, you know, there's so many different places to choose from, but I want you to take advantage of some of the places that I'm going to talk about this evening. Is that good?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, wonderful, great. I'm just gonna get straight into this. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ian Thomas, and I'm here from Direct Marketers. Direct Marketers, of course, is a marketing company where we specialize in radio, TV, print, and social media. So if you've got a business or business idea and want to know how viable it is, please feel free to give me a call at 552-0212. That's 552-0212. Dial 552-0212. Dial 552-0212.
Let me make you feel better.
Child, I'm weak. Hey, listen here, man. I am so happy to be here. I haven't been here in a matter of weeks, but I know it's always exciting.
It's been a week.
No, it's been more than a week. I didn't get a chance to be here last week.
I wasn't here either.
Oh, okay, then so we missed each other. Bummer. As I was driving here today, tonight, you know, my phone ringing was my pastor, and he says, Ian.
Your who?
My pastor, and he was like, Ian, I love. What's up with these big guys? He was like, Ian, I love what you do with Shanique on the show and everything. And I said, but can you calm down? Can you dial it back a little bit? And I was like, yes, you do have a point there. And I was like, but in my mind, all I heard was, Ian, you need to do more. You just need to do more, you know? So I said, oh yeah. I said, this I gotta do. This is what I all about. Yeah, this is my thing, boy. Yeah, Shanique, yeah. A girl, man, I run you down, girl. Oh. Take him, like you had a business. A girl, man, I run you down, girl, and I feel your fall. Take him! Ah! Take him! You never clear that, no, girl. Grab it to you. And that's what my pastor, man. Hey, Pastor, man, I love you, man, but I just had to do that, man. Hey, listen here, Shanique.
Sir, have the anointed oil.
I know. My niece and my nephews, they just love you. And they said, Uncle Ian, I just love when you go with Shanique Miller. So I just got to say it.
I like how you bring the little dub here tonight.
Yeah. So this is for Tyreek and Tyrico and Destiny and Lil Pete's. You guys, I love you to pieces. You are my heart. And I know it's going to cost me some money tomorrow. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump straight into this. Chili Enterprises, a brand new company. Haven't spoken about this before. If you're in the market for a vehicle, any type of vehicle, American or Japanese, you need to give them a call. So if you're looking for a car, a dirt bike, a four-wheeler, a golf cart, or a buggy. When I say a buggy, you've seen those buggies that the tourists drive around in? They've got those. They've got golf carts. So a lot of people are getting those, especially people on the Family Island. I keep on forgetting which, I'm at this one, this is where I am. Especially the ones on the Family Island. They've got the best prices in the Bahamas, unmatched deals. And if you need to purchase it, it's fast and easy. You can drive away almost that same day. If you need financing, I've turned them on to my lenders. So it's 3 lenders that I've turned them on to. And so you can go down there and you can say, hey, listen here, I don't have all the funds, but I really, really, really want a vehicle. And they can get you in a vehicle within 24 to 72 hours. All vehicles are fully inspected. So that means that they have an in-house mechanic to ensure reliability and peace of mind, minimizing any future problems that may occur when you drive off the lot. What else I want to let you know about them? They have a massive inventory with a selection of cars, dirt bikes, ATVs, four-wheelers like I talked about, the buggies. It's for adults and kids. And if you need a personal vehicle or commercial, that means you have a business and you say, you know what, I want to get another car for my company. This is a great place to go. That's Chili Enterprises. Let me give you the phone number, 556-3188. I've done something different. This is the phone number. Hey, boy, look, I go on big time, Chad. I go on big time.
It sounded the people like with the bully pills.
556-3188, 556-3188. That's Chili Enterprises. There it is, 556-3188. Go get yourself a car, ladies and gentlemen. They got great, great deals. American and Japanese vehicles, like I just talked about. And what else I want to let you know? So if you know someone who's having a birthday or an anniversary, or you just want to upgrade your family's car, this is a great time to go down there. They've got Japanese and US and American vehicles. They got motorbikes, like I said, four-wheelers. They got the popular XTZ motorcycles. That's a 200cc in all the colors. I think that's $2,300 if I'm not mistaken. Every vehicle that they sell, you get a 1-month warranty. If you need a note, a cube, that's $8,500. If you need a juke, that's $11,500. And those buggies that I spoke about, most people sell them in Nassau, or should I say the Bahamas, for $30,000. They're selling them for $20,300. So you can't compare what's happening over there. Coming soon, they're going to have an extensive line of scooters and street bikes from 150cc to 700cc. You want a car, you want a motorcycle, you want a buggy, you want a go-kart, you want to call Chili Enterprises. Where they're located? On Herper Street. I never heard about that street before. Herper Street, just off of Allen Road. If you're traveling west on Carmichael Road, you pass Golden Gates Assembly Church. You turn through Allen Road. It's the second corner on the left and the second building on the right. The phone number, once again, 556-3188, 556-3188. 556-3188, and they're open up 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., 7 days a week. Wonderful company, wonderful guy, Evans. I just want to let everybody know, go get yourself a car, man. It's great, great deals. SHSS Electrical, I haven't spoken about them for a while. SHSS Electrical, you guys know where they are. I've been talking about them now for about 2 years. They are on Chesapeake Road, Chesapeake. So if you're on Mackey Street, you're going to go ahead. It's right kind of like opposite Bertha's. It's opposite Bertha's. This is SHSS Electrical. I'm going to give you the phone number, 827-3150, 827-3150. They have got everything you need in the electrical supply field. They got quality circuit breakers to keep your home safe, durable wiring and cables to power any project. You can find reliable tools and fittings for every electrical task. Plus, they have a huge selection of switches and outlets and lighting to brighten up any space. You want to get those 2x4 LED flat panel lights? I have those in my kitchen. That's really good. That's $77. You want the 2x2 LED flat panel lights? Those are $42.90. If you want those 4-foot universal LED bulbs, that's only $6.60. And you can save on the dusk to dawn LED floodlights with bulbs, now just $22. A lot of people have been asking about those because you don't have to keep the lights on in your yard all night. You can turn it on and they go off, and once someone walks into your yard, boom, your yard is illuminated. Yes. You and I had this conversation about 2 months ago, and that's very, very important, ladies and gentlemen. So you can save money with the dusk to dawn lights or with the motion sensor lights. Where they're located again? Turn through Chesapeake Road. They're in the former Minute Muffler building. So if you're in the market for the best prices on Square D products, switches, combos, breakers, breaker panels, electrical wires, and meter cans, or LED bulbs in all sizes and styles, You can go down there, not to mention they got a great deal on decorative ceiling fans and light fixtures. So that's SHSS Electrical on Chesapeake Road. They're no longer on Mackey Street, ladies and gentlemen. They used to be there in the Henry F. Store building. They're long gone now. So they are right there on Chesapeake Road. You can save $50, you can save 10% if you spend $50 or more. And they also ship to the Family Island. So wonderful company. That's the store family. That's the store family.
Yeah.
Love those guys, love those guys. I love all my clients, to tell you the truth. I can't lie, man, I can't lie. I love all of them. Preferred Care Medical Center, Dr. Yolanda Griffin. You won't ever hear me talk about her.
Never.
No. Dr. Yolanda Griffin Jones. I always say, Miss Child, you'll get plenty name. Dr. Yolanda Griffin Jones, Preferred Medical Center. She says, Ian, we're all about compassion here. So she says, if you need health care that's proper and precise, and you want to come to a place where you really are wanted, you want to go to Preferred Care Medical Center. Comprehensive medical services. They take care of children. So you do sick visits and well visits. They do it there. School physicals, immunizations, so you can stay up to date for your school requirements. Physician assessment and examinations, hearing and vision screening. I take that very seriously because I have a nephew who is hearing impaired, so I know the importance of getting your child tested for the vision and the health care. For adults, they do sick visits as well, and wellness checkups, routine physicals, medical certificates, all that. And for women, they do gynecological services and antenatal and prenatal care to ensure women stay healthy during their pregnancy and, of course, before, during their pregnancy, and they see you afterwards. You can also do home visits perfect for the elderly and individuals who are non-mobile. So, they can come over and do the annual physicals right at your home, wherever you are. Sick and well visits, like I said before, medication refills, minor urgent care, immunizations in the comfort of your own home. You don't have to move, ladies and gentlemen. You can stay right home. This is what I love, vitamin infusion therapy. I want you to take advantage of that. You familiar with that?
That's incredible.
Vitamin infusion therapy. I had this done while I was in LA, and I had a really good time. I was feeling a little bit down and lethargic, and I was drained and everything like that. And I walked into this establishment, and they hooked me up, and wow, and you fill out a form to see exactly, if you're allergic to anything like that, and then you are pumped with the most
awesome
vitamin mixes, vitamins and electrolytes and everything, minerals and everything.
Super.
When you come out, your skin is absolutely vibrant and glowing and gorgeous. I mean, you can tell by me how it looks really, really good. Peggy's over there. Peggy says, "You know what, Ian? I'm gonna take advantage of that too." Yeah. And I wanted to go too. You know what? You're gonna have a visit on me. Okay, is that good, Peggy? Yep.
Wait a minute. You're giving Peggy and Gabrielle a visit of
Gabrielle, you get you get IV therapy. You get IV therapy. You get IV therapy. Shout all I get is money. Don't listen to that here. Listen here.
Let's close.
So yes. So you're gonna go down there. Vitamin infusion therapy. How does it work? It's fast and effective. Delivery of nutrients and medication, ideal for dehydration, fatigue, and pain relief. The medication goes directly into your bloodstream for quicker results. More effective than oral medication, so it's no delay. Go with the digestion system, so you don't have to wait for it to go to your through your liver and all your organs, because it goes straight into your veins. Where are they located? Preferred Care Medical Center with Dr. Yolanda Griffin. Where are they? Dr. Yolanda Griffin Jones. I'm going to say all her name. Where are they located? They're located on Coral Harbor Road in the Coral Harbor Plaza, unit number 12. Their phone number, 362-1505, 362-1505. And their 24-hour hotline number is 422-5465, 422-5465.
She ensuring that you feel good.
Yeah, man, definitely. And listen, you're staying on the same path with that. If you need medication, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to get your prescriptions filled, or you want some over-the-counter meds, you want to go to my pharmacy of choice, which is Centerville Pharmacy. Prescription filled quick and easy. So if it's something that you want, like over-the-counter meds to make you feel whole again, like 7Cs and haloborange to build your immune system. Right now you have all these little nasty little bugs going around, and And I still see some people wearing their masks, which is really
which
good.
is very good.
Some
yes.
people, people have been saying for about a year or two, say, hey, Ian, COVID is back on the rise, But I'm not going to scare anybody with that. But you just want to remain healthy in whatever you have. You don't want to pass it on to anybody. You want to go to Centerville Pharmacy. Like I said, 7 C's they have, and Haloborange to build your immune system. They also carry brands like Good Sense, excellent for getting your zinc intake, blood pressure testing. You can get that done there, and you can purchase monitors and strips. Seniors love going to Centerville Pharmacy because they can use their national prescription drug plan. Shanique, you're too young for that. And you can visit them on Collins Avenue, opposite the Heart Center, or on Mackey and Wilton Street across from Tops Lumberyard, or you can go to Prescription Center on Rosetta Street, opposite the old Starbucks. I like to say former Starbucks. I like to say old Starbucks. I don't even like calling other people company, but I just use it as a landmark. Is that cool?
Right, yes, okay.
Okay, and the phone number there, 325-4644. 325-4644. One more time, 325-4644. And that's the Aubrey family. Everyone knows I love them. That's Raymond Aubrey and his family. They're doing an incredible job. And I just love it. It's a great testament to see when you walk into a business and you see different generations of a family there. That shows that they're doing something right and they have longevity, and it's just amazing thing. And I spoke to some of the individuals who work there. They said that they feel like family too. So you go inside there, you get your meds, you get your prescriptions, and you get your little chips and drinks and all that good stuff. So go down there and check them out and have yourself a good time. Talking about things like that, people have been asking me about the massage gun. The young lady who just brought me inside here, who works along with Shanique's team, she says, Ian, yes, how can I get that massage gun? The massage gun, ladies and gentlemen, it's only $145. This is great.
It's such an amazing...
Yes, it comes with about 7 or 8 different heads, and you put it on at evening time, and you get yourself a nice massage. You massage yourself or you massage your partner. It's great. Back problems, you might be dealing with an old injury. This is great, ladies and gentlemen. Great gift for yourself or someone that you care about. Also, as the massager, this is also a wonderful tool. This is only $99, and it goes there. I like to use this when I watch the show. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you. I put this on. I say, Shanique, coming on. Quick, get me one neck massager, child. Let's go. Go, Shanique. Go, Shanique. Go. And I go right there. Sometimes I fall asleep and I just wake up to the bathroom.
You fall asleep?
No, I say I fall asleep because sometimes Gabby's be talking so much. I say, let me go sleep. I can't take this phone. Lord, please. I say, Gabby pretty, but she's still
She gonna run on.
So I love it. I love her. She's a wonderful person, man. Listen, you get that. That's a wonderful thing. Also, a lot of people have been calling me
about what? About what?
Yeah, they got a message earlier and they said, Ian, are you going to talk about the bully pill? And I said, hell no, I'm not going to talk about the bully pill. I will not talk about the bully pill tonight. I will not talk about how it's an all-natural pill. I'm not going to mention it's only $55. I wouldn't dare ever mention if you take the pill, half an hour later, when you drink some water, you're going to be ready to go. You're going to be so happy, and she's going to be happy, and you guys are going to have a really good time. You're going to stop, don't touch me, huh? Leave me, too fresh. And all kind of different kind of stuff. When I bully pill, people love it. Get yourself the bully pill. It's all natural. Doesn't matter if you are dealing with hypertension or diabetes. It's not going to interfere with your medication. It's all natural. You can have a wonderful time, a wonderful relationship. Once that physical part of the relationship is gone, a lot of things can go downhill. And especially you guys out there who might be dealing with somebody who's maybe younger, you might be dealing with a woman who's 5, 10, 15 years younger. I know you're doing your best, but you can do better. Get yourself the bully pill and you'll be the hottest guy in the neighborhood. Yeah, Daddy, get on. Yeah, that's you, hey, look at you. But I don't want it. Look at you get talked to and buy more motorbike. We get nobody. Listen, it's a wonderful thing. Now, don't forget, I also want you to get the kidney and liver cleanser. That's
you mean after all that?
After all that, you did do something. Shanique, keep your mind out the gutter. How does Shanique come up with these things? Take care of your liver and kidney. Reduce bathroom visits with the kidney and liver cleanser. It's only $69.95. You need to get this, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of people are dealing with kidney issues in the Bahamas. Also, they've got the sea moss. The sea moss. What I like about this, it has the black seed oil, the shilajit, the ashwagandha, and the bladder root. Now you can enjoy flavor, sea moss, immune support, detox digestion. Takes care of all of that. That's only $34.95. Get yourself the gummy. I take 2 every day and I feel great. It's a wonderful thing. Also, the soursop. Bahamians love soursop all through the islands and even the Caribbean islands. This supplement aids in cellular health and digestive balance, reduces inflammation, supports immune system and mental health, That's $69.95. It's all natural, once again, dairy-free, gluten-free, all these wonderful things. But ladies and gentlemen, I got to get out of here. I hear the music and everything like that. And I just, I'm so happy that I got a chance to come and see Shanique Miller tonight. Oh, but can I just talk about this? Last thing, we're gonna go. You need to get a blood pressure monitor, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, you need to get a blood pressure monitor. Some people say, I know blood pressure monitor. You see how slim I am? It doesn't matter how big you are, how slim you are. You need to know your vitals. Get yourself a blood pressure monitor. It's only $65.95. It's no problem. $65.95. Get away, forget about $95. $65, get yourself a blood pressure monitor. What I like about it, it has a big screen, so if you are if you're hearing impaired, you can see the big screen. And if you're visually impaired, it talks to you.
Yes,
so it's a wonderful thing. Mm-hmm. Get yourself a blood pressure monitor. Everyone needs one. Every house should have it. Ladies and gentlemen, I got to get out of here. My name is Ian Thomas, and I'm from Direct Marketers, and you know my phone number. It's 552-0212. 552-0212.
Hey.
Down 552-0212. That's 552-0212. Child, let me go here. I got to go home. I love Gabby, and I love Peggy, and I love Shanique Miller. She is the best. Number one show in the Bahamas.
That is what it is. That's what it is. Yes. That's absolutely. Ian, it's always great hanging out with you. Even when, of course, we may mix up the schedules here and there, but the point is you show up and you give us a show with all the stuff that you have to offer. 552-0212 if you want information on anything that Ian talked about this evening, or perhaps you forgot one or two of the numbers that he called for the various businesses. 552-0212. Ian Thomas, thank you once again. Of course, to the Hot Topics panel, they were slapping up tonight, eh? We're going to try getting some more temperature check. I'll tell you this because we know election is like the 12th of May, so we're going to try do that a bit more. Of course, a big thank you to all of them as well, and a huge thank you to all of you this evening for tuning in. Certainly enjoyed having you along, and I look forward to seeing you right back here tomorrow evening. For the entire Beyond the Headlines team, I'm Shanique Miller. Make it a great evening, everyone.